kind. Yes, my name is Cory King. Here at the Keller Williams office here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Definitely, I got started in real estate a couple of years ago after running a successful restaurant business in East Central Florida for a little over 10 years. It was there that I sort of developed the passion for real estate. Started getting a little creative in kind of the 2011 through 2013 phase of recovery, going to local auctions, finding deals on lots and established subdivisions, kind of flipping those to the neighbors on either side of it, just for some side cash, and then just naturally segue, got some friends involved and taught them how to do the same thing. And so, the opportunity came up to step away from the restaurant business and kind of sell that portion off. And that allowed me just to focus full time on real estate. And really since then, it's just been, all gas, no brakes. It's been amazing journey so far, just to help get out there and to help others learn as well. Really, I mean, I appreciate you saying there's the obsession with it, and I don't look at that as necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just how we can grow quickly, and I just love to get out there to help everybody. And so it's been awesome. And here at Grid, this provided a great platform just to do just that and to reach out to help others when it comes to just investing in real estate, because it's truly probably one of the best, if not the best, vehicles to use for long-term wealth building. And so this platform allows us to reach out and help others, both that are seasoned investors, as well as people that are just brand new, right? Watching a lot of HGTV and always thought about getting into it. It gives a great platform to really just start from ground zero, which is kind of where we are here at how to build your dream team, and then take that, all the way through the process. So I'm excited to jump into this journey to help continue to grow with others as well. I truly do believe that no one succeeds alone. My past history in restaurants will show that. There's no way we could have, I could have done that kind of business without having, at least the 40 staff members that I had. So this truly is just the same kind of transition through that, right? It's just the ability to reach out and to help others. So super excited about it. Super excited to meet, network with other people, and kind of help everybody grow.
All right.
So,
all right.
Let's see. Kind of check my screen share. Do I have a screen share or not? Let's see.
Let's check this out. We'll get you going.
Yeah, if Justin, he probably has to give you control, Cory, to do a screen share.
There we go. Got it. Perfect.
Bam.
Cool. Boom. Here we are talking about just how to build your dream team and what does that consist of as we go through it. So I just kind of give a little bit of a synopsis about just kind of myself, what we're here to do, what I'm looking to, accomplish with this group of people is to really just help just blow this up. I mean, I truly believe that this area has had a lot of growth and will continue to have that as such. And so super excited to go through that. And so again, my name is Cory King. Justin's here to help kind of be my community manager through this process. Certainly, connect with me either through phone call, text, email, Facebook. I'm always available, always happy to chat throughout the whole thing. I would love to take the opportunity now just to kind of go around the room and maybe let everybody introduce themselves a little bit and just kind of tell a little bit about yourself, what your niche are, maybe what you're looking for, what you're looking to get out of this group.
Cory, real quick.
Yeah.
You got a plug. So gridknoxville.com is how to connect with us through our meetup group. If you just go to one place only, you will find everything you're looking for there. We are the Heartstrong Home Group. We are a residential, luxury, and commercial team. And Cory, we're standing up an investment division based around this Grid platform here, right? Moving into that space because we occupy kind of a unique space in Knoxville where we do a little bit of all of those. We've got our team leader builds houses. So I think we've got a unique perspective on what the market looks like from that perspective, what it looks like from a commercial perspective, and then we're real estate investors ourselves. Like, what does that look like? And we'll share that kind of information with you. Why are we doing this real fast? Permits are up over 275% year over year in Knoxville. We are in the beginning of a hockey stick-like explosion that I think is going to be like Nashville. So for everyone that's waiting for the market to burst, we don't see that here. And we also are in one of the best investment Airbnb markets in the country. Sevier County is incredible. Revenue's gone up. There's a ton of opportunity there. There's a ton of growth. So that's who we are. That's why we're doing it. Let's run down the list. We can kind of go in order. Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, what your niche is. Hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a certain type of property, or I'm looking to get some information, education, or a connection. And then, hey, how do you hope to benefit from the group?
So my name's Greg. Did you want me to go first?
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So I live in Maryville, getting ready to retire, and I'm looking for something to be a little more of an active investment than just stocks and stuff like that. And I don't know anything about real estate investing. So I am all ears about what to do. So obviously I don't know a niche because I don't know enough to have a niche. And so I'm just looking to gain more information about what's out there and see how people try different things to invest and earn a living investing in real estate.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Heather Cook.
Hey everybody, I'm Heather. I'm in Seymour, Tennessee, and I don't have a niche. I've been in real estate for about a year and a half, and I'm loving it so far. I'm just trying to learn some more, get some more information, because I do plan to get into investing and I need that information.
Fantastic. Glad to have you here. Deb Crines.
Hi, I'm Deb, and I live in Seymour, Tennessee. I'm also a Keller Williams agent and investor in the Sevier office, spearheaded that. My husband and I own an investment company. We've done everything from remodel and flip. We hold long-term rental properties. We have single family. We have multi-units. We've done 1031s. We've created notes. We've sold notes. And really looking forward to this is I feed energy off of other people. I like to network. I like to hear what other people have to say. Iron sharpens iron. I'm just looking forward to doing business with you guys and sharing information and ideas. And also really looking forward to the tail end when I'm learning how to be a private money lender. It's the only thing I haven't done yet.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Welcome, Deb.
Awesome. All right. Ben Miller.
Howdy, howdy. So I'm Ben Miller. I'm here in Knoxville, and I actually work all over. I am a lender. I'm a mortgage broker, a part owner of a company, and I've got one very selfish reason. I want to learn for my own personal purposes from some of these people who have been doing this for a long time, learn some of the tricks and some of the insights that I don't know. And then I want to learn some stuff for my business because there's, different tactics and ways to go about it that it changes so much, and I just need to know that. And then third, I need to know how I can help other people to facilitate some of these moves and some of these flips and things that they're trying to do to maximize their profits and, cash flow and all that good stuff. So that's who I am.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Tara Dutton. Good to see you.
Hey, everybody. And thank you for welcoming me to this. I have been a real estate attorney now for over 25 years. I had my title company and law firm on Hilton Head for almost 20 years before my husband and I decided that this was the best place to be. Have opened my law firm, TL Dutton Law, and my title company, Professional Title here. And I'm a hands-on real estate attorney. I'm here to help you with your clients and give them that secure feeling when they're investing in these properties, but also to help with and facilitate 1031 exchanges, and also provide the other legal avenues that they look for as setting up LLCs and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Glad you are here. All right. Frankie Ramos, my friend. Frankie, it's good to hear you, not see. There you are. Good to see you. All right, Frankie.
There you go. My name is Frankie Ramos, and I guess I have been flipping houses for a couple years now. I'm working on transitioning to building houses. I'm currently in the process of getting my contractor's license, and hopefully I'm able to at least break ground within the next 12 months. So I'm here just to primarily to learn and to get some contacts, and hopefully learn how to expand my business. And I'm doing this part-time now, so hopefully I'm able to make it full-time here in the next short term. And well, thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here, Frankie. All right, so Wayne Rutherford. All right, Twain. We'll come back to Twain. Lisa Collins. Let's hear from Lisa. How are you, Lisa?
Hello, everybody. I don't know if you can see me or not. I can't see me on my end, but I'm Lisa Collins. I'm from Seymour, Tennessee, just like a bunch of you other people here. I do not currently own any rental properties, but that is my goal. I'm in the real estate industry. I sell quite a bit of real estate, but I want to be on the investor side now, where we have rental properties of single family, and eventually get into cabins, possibly flipping houses and more. So I'm just here to learn. So thank you for having me. And also I can vouch for Tara Dutton. She closes a lot of our deals, and she's wonderful with helping our out-of-state and investor clients. So thank you, guys.
Hey, Lisa, how many cabins have you all sold in the last 12 months, just for context? Roughly.
Quite a bit, over 50 maybe.
There we go. So yeah, if you've got questions about those, Lisa is a great resource. Great resource. So not to put you on the spot and brag about you, but you'll have a great business. So, all right, Julie Russell. Julie. All right, we'll come back to Julie. How about Bradley? I saw you posting in the chat, Brad. Bradley, you want to introduce yourself to everybody? Okay. Looks like we lost Bradley. And then Twain, are you there? Do you want to jump in? Okay. All right, Cory, I think we've introduced everybody that we're going to introduce.
Right on. Awesome.
Mostly lurking. Can I say hi real quick?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Best for last.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mark Beckett. A lot of people just call me Beckett or Bex. I'm actually here repping Grid HQ outside of Washington, D.C. So for those of you that are just finding out about us, obviously you're just finding out about Knoxville because this is our first meeting. But you have joined a national network of real estate investors, whether you knew it or not. So welcome. We actually do this all across the country, and Knoxville is our newest location, partnering with Justin and Cory, which I'm super excited about. But we started the Grid Investor Network, myself and my partner, Rob Chavez, outside of DC in the Northern Virginia area in 2008. 2008. Rob actually started in 2008, and I met him at this function in our group outside of DC in late 2008. And we've just kind of been doing deals ever since. He started this group getting together with like 3 people in a room doing exactly what we're doing here, talking about real estate. We're not professional gurus or teachers. There are no books and tapes for sale in the back of the room. We're just talking about kind of what we do. And from that, Rob and I started doing deals. And for the last 10 years, all I have done for a living is buy, renovate, and sell or rent out real estate. Rob focuses on the agent side of our business, and with his team sells a few hundred houses a year. And a lot of our business, a lot of our deals and our clients and the money that we use to renovate it, the agents that we leverage to help find and sell and bring buyers to our deals come from this network. It works for us. It's grown from a couple guys getting together in a room to talk about what they do into this nationwide thing with thousands of people. So you are in an incredible place to learn if you're just starting out, to grow if you already do this and just want to do it better, grow it, grow into different areas. I heard people talking about how to lend. We have lent money from this group by talking to other people who have lent money. We're working on vacation rentals and subject tos and all kinds of cool stuff that we didn't know how to do before we started talking to people in this space. So that's what this is for us to kind of collaborate. So I just wanted to welcome Justin and Cory to this family of people who do what we do the way we do it, which is to kind of come from a place of contribution and just talk about what we do, hopefully interact with everybody. Part of the reason that we encourage everyone to introduce themselves is not just to fill time. We want people to know that there are other real people in this room, and please ask questions when you have one. Raise your hand, put your name in the chat box. We're going to get to that in a second, why you want to do that and why you want to make sure that you're collecting the names from the people that you meet in rooms like this, because it can be a very powerful, very important tool for you in your real estate careers. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys launching this one tonight. As I told you, Knoxville, very near and dear to my heart. I have kin right up the road in Williamsburg in Southeast Kentucky. So I'm loving that you guys are here. We love what you guys are doing out there and are really excited to see your group grow. So thank you for having me and for being a part of the family.
Awesome, Mark. Thank you so much for that. We're super excited to move into this group. And so real quick, I guess for our disclaimer piece, just understand this is just an open communication forum. We're coming to this as real estate agents or realtors. And so if you have any, real, I guess, detail specific questions, maybe if it comes to real estate law, certainly consult a real estate attorney or just kind of go to your local experts when it comes to those fields. Let's kind of dive into a little bit. What we're here to talk about is just building our dream team. So what is our dream team? Here with the man of the hour. Our dream team is at the end of the day, I guess we really believe that, and I kind of spoke on it at the beginning, we really believe that no one succeeds alone in this. So you're going to need partners from all industries, service providers, contractors, lenders. We're going to be looking for other people. Some of these people are going to be superstars. They might wear multiple hats throughout all this. They're going to be a good source of referral business that you can refer out and pour into them, and likely vice versa would likely pour back into you as well. So just truly believe the more we give, the more we tend to receive. So we're just looking to identify and nurture those people and nurture those relationships as key members of our team as we all grow. And so when it comes to how do I identify those people, first off would just be to be one, right? Reach out, givers gain, becoming an important resource and source of referrals and business advice to other business owners. One of my favorite calls to make, honestly, is just to other business owners and ask, right, how can I help? What's a good referral source for you? As a way just to connect and pour into people, because through that you'll end up sort of completing that circle in your business to reach out to, and therefore they would likely be sending maybe business back your way. So these potential dream team members, spoiler alert, they're probably going to be here in Grid. So these are going to be your settlement agents, title company, real estate attorneys, divorce attorneys, contractors, other suppliers, staging companies, cleaners. The list goes on and on and on in terms of the team that can be formed and can be needed, quite frankly, in some of these deals. And so that's who we're going to be reaching out and looking for. Think of it kind of yourself, just who would I want to work with and who would I want to send business to that would likely potentially send me business in return. I think really a key point to take away on that, though, is just making sure that you're coming from the servant's heart at the end of the day, because people will really feed off of that. I truly believe that, that the more you kind of give out to people, good things tend to come back through there.
And Cory,
Sure.
Do you guys, when you're doing your investment deals out there, do you borrow hard money from private lenders? Are you using banks? What's your kind of primary funding source for your deals?
That's a great question. So I think it just depends on maybe deal specific in terms of what my end goal is going to be on that deal, right? If it's something like, say, I'm in the middle of a renovation that my wife and I just took on, that's going to be our next primary residence, and we're going to then convert our current house into another rental for our portfolio. And so for that deal specifically, I went out and I went to a traditional lender, put down just like a 5% just to get me a conventional loan. And then to fund that deal, I went ahead and took a home equity line of credit out on my current house, coupled with some cash that I had available there. And then I just went ahead and used that to kind of help fund the fix up of the house, and then potentially look to refi it on the backside, or I might just keep it and use the rental income from that property to pay down that HELOC, plus provide me with some extra cash flow. There have been some other deals, I guess, out there though. If I'm looking just to quick flip it, and maybe I don't want to be all in with my own cash, then I might go out and source a hard money lender or somebody that's going to lend out. I think just the caveat with those kind of lenders in that respect is just it tends to come with a higher interest rate and a lot shorter term when it comes to payback, some 6 months, a year. I recently connected with one who does a 2-year lend, but that was pretty rare. I was really surprised to find that. Most I've found it's 6 months to a year in terms of a payback with pretty high interest rate.
Pretty common, actually. And the reason I asked is we use predominantly hard money or private money for our deals. Like, we're offering people, we're going to buy your house, we can close in 7 days, 10 days. We don't need appraisal, we don't need inspection. The usual things when you're a cash buyer. And obviously it helps to have private money because you can't get that funding in 7 days from a bank. So we use private individuals. A lot of then, when we're running groups like this, hard money lenders love our group because they find other people who are doing deals. So there are going to be a lot of hard money and private lending people who will show up in a group like this. And you definitely want to network with those folks, even if you're not necessarily a borrower for them like today. Just make sure you kind of get in that Rolodex, because just think about what they're doing for a living is trying to talk to all the other investors that they can who have deals that might need funding for them. And I find of the hard money lenders I know, at least half of the deals that they look at are maybe okay deals, but the borrowers they're talking to are relatively new. They might not be in a cash position to do a safe hard money deal, right? And we know if we borrowed hard money before, like a hard money lender is looking to lend at like 60% LTV, 70, 75 max 75 LTV, right? So you've got to usually have some cash to do those deals, but a lot of people find decent deals, but might not be in a position in their life or investing career to be able to put 30, 40, 50, 100 grand into the deal, even though they've got a good one. We then reach out to those hard money lenders, say, hey, I know you guys like lending, and oftentimes they want to just lend. They don't do deals because they make so much money just lending to other people. Why take the risk of buying it, dealing with the contractors, lending it out? It's a great business, by the way, folks. Come back later in the year and we talk about hard money. It's a great way to make money. So they're not doing the deal, but they meet all these people who have them. So we let them know, hey, you ever come across anybody that's got a deal that pencils out, but they don't have the cash for it? We're looking to partner. Let me know. We've got money. We love partnering with other people. And hard money lenders refer us other investors that have good deals that we can put money in and partner with when they've got a good deal but don't have the cash. So hard money lenders are great. Don't be afraid of reaching out to your local hard money guy and say, hey, I'd love you. When I need to borrow some money, I'll definitely ring you up. And in the meantime, if you guaranteed want a deal and you find somebody that's got one but just needs some more cash, tell them about me. We'll borrow your money for the rest. I'll put my cash in it. We'll do a deal. Something will come of it, guaranteed.
And if I can share what we've done over the years working with Jamie. So Jamie Smith is the owner of the Heartstrong Home Group, and he's a home builder, owns about 4 construction companies, built, like 15 houses out in Covered Bridge, built in Tellico, got about 30 coming out of the ground. So how we fund those deals is a series of partnerships. So we've got investors that come in that have a lot of available capital. So we'll fund those deals. And we've got some relationships with some of the local commercial banks here in the area. And usually they're pretty good on doing some kind of aggressive underwriting, right? Looking at the business assets or doing ARV loans. So we're doing a rehab loan right now. We got it for $230. We're going to put $300 in it. We'll see what the budget is now that maybe it's $400, right? And want to end up someplace between 7 and 8. And that's a deal that one of the local commercial banks did for us based off of the final repair value. They'll do deals for that much like a new construction deal. On a new construction deal, they're going to go off the final appraised value. They'll often do the same thing for us on these repair loans once you have a relationship with them. So we can certainly have some of them come in here in the future as well. That's another vehicle that's out there in our area, especially because it is kind of smaller and it is more relational. There are quite a few people here locally who are willing to do some of those equity partnerships. So you can take that hard money thing, or we just do some equity partnerships, and we've got some, maybe you make a little less, but we've had some long-term relationships where we've made money with together over the years.
Yeah, those are always great options overall. I mean, certainly the more creative, the more tools you have at your disposal, the better, right? At the end of the day, I think we could all probably agree at that. And I think that's really just the purpose of a group like this, is just that's going to allow those opportunities to create those relationships, and then just kind of allow those to flourish, to allow us to all be creative at the end of the day. 'Cause sometimes you got to be a little creative in the real estate world when it comes to investing, for sure.
Hey, Cory, before we go on, if you joined us late, I saw some people jump in from around the country. Hey, drop your name and your contact information in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what you're looking for. We're talking about how to build your dream team, how to get some leverage. All right, Cory, let's go.
Let's do it. Right on. So we talked a little bit about kind of where to find those sources. Again, spoiler alert, probably going to be here, probably going to be in groups like this, real estate investing network events, on Facebook. Certainly, I would encourage you, if you know of anyone who you think would have any interest or have any valuable input to share, invite them into this group. This is all about collaboration at the end of the day, and all growing. So we'll go into a little bit of just how to stay in touch, how to develop those relationships at the end of the day. I mean, that's what all these life is about, just relationships and conversations. So takeaway, number one, just staying in touch, just call, pick up the phone. Certainly you can always reach out to text, but call or voice to voice or face-to-face communication is always going to be your best bet. So just reaching out and saying, hey, how are you? How's business? What can I do to help you? What's a good referral source for you? What do you need right now in your business that can help you be better and grow overall? So truly nothing beats a phone call at the end of the day, or at least a drop in to their business. If you're out running around the area and you want to pop in and check in with that business owner, reach out and say hi. I'm sure they'd love it. I love when people pop in just to say hi to me. So I could certainly appreciate that. Step number two, I guess, or way of step two, would be just inviting out for lunch or coffee. Take your most important contacts out for coffee and just catch up. pro tip on that, I would say, if you have the ability to do so, stack your coffee meetups in such a way so that maybe if you're going to be hanging out somewhere for a couple hours midday, go ahead and stack those appointments, say in like an hour, half-hour blocks. And if you can be savvy, look to see who you would want to introduce and have them kind of overlap a little bit, maybe the last like 10 minutes of that conversation, so that as one meeting's wrapping up, you've got another person coming in and you've got that opportunity to play matchmaker and to introduce, hey, you need a painter right now, right? Here's my painter right now. You got to meet or my lender, whoever. Great opportunity there. Just again, build relationships, and you yourself will stay top of mind in that respect, because what I found, I guess from my own experiences, I'll certainly just remember if I've created, made some friends who introduced us in such a way, you'll kind of continually just be in the back of people's minds. So kind of, I guess, a little pro tip, if you will, when it comes to just staying in touch, is just kind of stacking those coffee appointments there.
Cory, do you like saving money?
Always.
Yeah. So here's a tip for everyone if you want to save some money. Panera's got $9 unlimited coffee. Right now, if you download their app, 3 free months of unlimited coffee. I haven't paid for coffee in 10 days. It's been glorious. Baristas are forgetting my name, but that's a great place. I like meeting in Panera. It tends to be pretty easy, pretty low key. And this is a tip we picked up from a guy who built a business down in Tampa. Doing this, it does 30% of his business is just 60% comes from his network. He goes, it's all about one to many. How can I get one to many? And how can I be intentional thinking about when I schedule these, who would be a good connection? Man, that divorce attorney I'm meeting with should meet this accountant or this estate attorney or this financial planner. They should be able to do some business together. So being that connector, that's what we're talking about here, is being that connector, having the network. If you can make the introduction, you're going to be top of mind.
Yeah, all the way through. Absolutely. All right. So number 3 is just using email, leveraging out the digital age we live in. So writing a monthly newsletter, reporting articles, videos of interest, just thinking of different ways. How can I provide value to those around me? It's just going to keep you top of mind throughout your business and your personal life as well. It's a really, really great way just to stay in touch overall. I would say too, kind of one piece I personally use when it comes to staying on track, or maybe a way to regularly communicate with those people, is I use a system that's been shared around a few different times. We call it kind of the DTD2, or doing the database 2. And so it's where you can take 2 letters of the alphabet and reach out to those people that have that same last name. So A and W, for instance, right? And this week I'm going to call everybody I know that's in my database with the last name that starts with A or W. And next week we'll go to B and E. And as that breaks down, you've got about 13 weeks then of calls that you can make. And if you cycle that throughout an entire year, that over the, say, a 52-week year, that gives you 4 phone calls a year that you're able to reach out and directly communicate one-on-one with people in your database. That's been my biggest kind of aha when it comes to running my business, is just being able to stay on task and know who I'm calling. So it makes it just thoughtless to a degree. I just know that this week I'm going to be reaching out to these people, and you can stack that in a way when it comes with other means of communication. So Facebook Messenger or text messages, you can always cycle those around. So maybe this week I'm talking to A and W, but on Facebook I'm reaching out to B and E, right? If you would like maybe a spreadsheet of that, just as a way to kind of add that to your calendar, I'll be happy to share that with you as well. I think we can just share that out through kind of the email group. We'll just blast that out to everybody. Just if you think that'd be a way just to kind of help you stay on task, that's probably one of my favorite ways to do it in it all. Currently, I guess, managing that database, I would say just investing in a CRM. There are some great add-ons for Gmail that you can add on. They're totally free. that'll help you categorize and break down your database just to track when was the last time I talked to this person. Yeah, Justin, go for it.
What's the CRM?
Oh, great. A CRM would be a contact resource manager, reference
Thanks,
manager,
relation manager. but
relation
yes.
manager.
Yep.
Sure, absolutely. And so that's just going to be a tool that you can use to help manage who you talk to maybe last, or who I need to talk to next. Again, Google's got some great free resources that are out there. I know some people that started some wonderful businesses just using like an Excel spreadsheet. So really, there are some paid platforms out there that you could use if you wanted to get a little bit more advanced. But really, at the end of the day, the point is just to stay top of mind with your most important team members. So they ask themselves, who, when they think of real estate or a deal or your specific industry, they're reaching out to you. Justin, yeah, you got something?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm looking at this. I've used a bunch of these. So my background is I've been in operations, running real estate teams, and I've been in a grunt for a long time before I got in sales. So I've probably tried a lot of this stuff. On the Gmail side, if you're in Gmail, you're looking kind of in that Google App Store or the Google Store, some of that, Gmail extensions. If you search it, you can just put CRM, and there's some that'll plug right into your Gmail. They live there natively for you. That's a really good, and usually when you're first getting started, they got some sort of free plan with a certain number of contacts that'll work until you get big. And then Trello is a great option. We use Trello. It's just a file card system if you haven't seen it before. And you can have lists. So you could have prospects, hot, in progress, and you can just drag it over. So at a glance, you can kind of tell, hey, where are these things? I'm driving through neighborhoods. I think I've identified some lots. Maybe I put them in Trello there. When I've contacted them, I can move them over into the one. Super simple, very intuitive. You don't need any advanced knowledge to figure it out. That might be where I would start. If you want to get a little more granular, we're happy to nerd out with you, but we don't need to go too deep into the weeds. But those are the two things I might look at if I was trying to do this myself.
Have you guys ever seen Contactually?
Contactually?
Yeah. Gmail add-on. Rob really loves it because it kind of helps you rank your A's, B's, and C's. So he's like, all right, so these are people I just met. I don't know anything about them. It's a C. Somebody I kind of had some interaction with, we'll call them a B. Somebody that I know I've got business or is about to do, but whatever, call them an A. And then what it does is it reminds you every day how long it's been since you've talked to some of those people. So Cory, you've got kind of your A and W system. Contactually does a similar thing for you kind of automatically that says, these are the people that you said you've done business with before. By the way, you haven't talked to them in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is. He can just go in. He's like, I don't even have to think about it. I just go in and open it up, and it tells me every day who I should be calling today. It's like you said, it just makes it bulletproof to know what you should be doing during your lead gen that day. Just open it up and start dialing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I just kind of made that note here. Like, definitely, I'm gonna reach and explore that option a little bit more, because it sounds like a great tool to use overall. It's huge. Awesome. Well, awesome. I mean, we talked a little bit about just creating a plan to stay in touch with your people. At least, a monthly email. I just kind of shared that way of kind of breaking down the alphabet, just down to sort of 13 call groups and then reaching out. That kind of gives you a myriad of different ways. If you combine all that, you're able to kind of touch them 2-3 times a month at least, which has really been, there's tons of studies that show that, that's the best way to really stay top of mind overall, so that, you're able just to help more people. We'll talk a little bit about some affiliate relationships, business partner relationships, say us as realtors working with lenders or through title, just to promote those complementary products or services. Ways to, I guess, look at that. You could look at sponsored or branded posts. I mean, if you're pretty popular on social media pages, there's ways to leverage that over as a way just to help kind of nurture other relationships throughout, to kind of co-brand marketing, share those experiences. Social media is a massive tool. That would be a great way to use it. Sure, Justin, you got a question?
Yeah, well, I was going to share what I saw. I went to an investor meetup in Nashville. I guess it was 3 weekends ago, and it wasn't, that well attended, right? Everyone that was there it wasn't like they were trying to do mass. It was more quality. And what was interesting is it was sponsored by this company, investedtalent.com, which is a podcast company. So they do podcasts, and they create the podcast for you, and they chop it up into little bite-sized pieces. Like if you ever seen Joe Rogan, right? To get that attraction and that stickiness. And the guys that were in that room, there was a boutique developer from Nashville. There were some apartment syndicators that have, one of them is the apartment guy, if you go look at him on Instagram. And all of the conversations were about this kind of thing, right? Build your network, monetize your network. They were chatting about, hey, here's how the ghostwriting company that I've used and what the process was like. And it really spoke in my voice because it's authority. So as you're building this network, it can pay you money in many ways, not just deals. If you become and so you might not think you could get there, but I see people that are growing pretty big audiences in a short amount of time. How big is Ethan's audience, the home inspector, Cory?
Oh, massive.
How many people are following on TikTok? One of our home inspectors.
50,000 plus followers on just like TikTok. I mean, he was just playing around with it and started just going around and kind of home inspection, just showing people, kind of following along. Here's what I do on a regular basis. And it was amazing when I heard that. I mean, he's only been doing it a very short time, but he's like, I've got like 50,000 followers on TikTok.
He's not a stand-up comedian. He's not, like, I like him, but he's just a normal dude. Just the content wasn't out there. People were interested in it. Yeah. So there's definitely some opportunity. There's a gold rush going on in terms of content creation. It's something to keep in mind.
That was massive. When I heard that, and then met him at a home inspection a couple of days ago, like, I heard you're famous on TikTok. He's like, oh yeah, I've got like 50,000 people that follow me around, just doing home inspections on stuff. So, I mean, it's cool. It just shows how many people are looking out there for this kind of information.
So hey, Beckett, how does this show for you guys? That monetization, is that something that you see and with other chapters or people that you know or investors?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of the dream team for us is, like we're talking about, we've got contractors, title companies, lenders, home inspectors. All of those people know that we sell a lot of houses and we know a lot of other investors. They want to tap into that. And we're like, cool, well, how about you help us sponsor an event? We do, big annual meetings. And, back before the wheels, fell off the world, we used to like get together in person. Hopefully we'll be doing that again soon one day. But we have kind of big annual events ourselves, and our dream team sponsors our events, and they do things together with us. We co-brand marketing, and we do these kind of link backs to their businesses and their companies and their services, because it's one big happy family, right? It's one big giant circle of support. I'm going to send them to you whenever they need what you're selling. Hope you think of me when somebody mentions something that I can help with, right? And we can kind of memorialize it and formalize it. And we have with some people, with certain businesses, with those affiliate links and link backs. For instance, we're starting a partnership here in DC with a cabinet production company. Cabinets are one of the most expensive parts that you put in your house. And so we know a guy who's got a ready to assemble cabinet product that's as good as we can find from our cabinet guy at like 40% less for the same quality stuff. I just put it in a $900,000 rehab, and it's really good. And he pays us to promote it to other people. It's a good product that I use and I endorse, and someone will pay me to tell other people about it. That's what you can do when you've got a big enough group of people that you know. And it starts, like you said, just right here, collecting names and email addresses, and then following up. What do you do? Who can I send your way? What business can I bring to you? Start a conversation with that, and it grows from there.
That's awesome. That's huge. I appreciate you sharing that cabinet story a little bit. I'm in the middle of that renovation right now, and that was a hefty check. I just had to cut for that cabinet.
And it's going to be a thing. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a thing. Check that out. Find wherever your cabinet guy gets his cabinets and start working your way up the chain until you find the regional guy and see if he won't want to do some kind of partnership with somebody that knows a lot of other investors, right? Our construction company does a dozen kitchens and bathrooms a month. So we move a lot of boxes and know other guys who do the same. And it ends up being just free money, just introducing other people to other good people that you work with. So
That's awesome. That's huge. That's a huge group. I guess be a time just kind of reach out if anybody has any specific questions on the topic. Justin, go on.
Thing on that last one, just so we don't miss it. If you if this is new for you, business to business networking, if you're just getting started, if you're trying to figure out how do I have those conversations? I haven't had it. I mean, I could conceptualize it. It's really simple. Anytime I walk into a small business, I ask them about their business, right? I've always been this. I'm just curious. You know, I ask them like, what's a great referral to you? What's your favorite client? What do you sell the most of? You know, if it's a restaurant or something right there, right? Like, what are your plans? You plan on growing something. But if you just ask people, hey, how can I help your business? They will tell you. Maybe it's leaving a review for them. You know, cool, I'll jump on Google. And maybe it's going to be something a little more more intuitive. Yeah, Deb, we will share the contact information. So, but yeah, if I ask, hey, Beckett, what's a great referrer for you? Beckett's going to say, hey, I'm looking for these off market to send them my way. And I found that's all I need. And then you'll meet the other person you need to connect them to. It's been my experience.
And let's start with contractors. They're always looking for better I am a contractor and I'm looking for better contractors all the time, right? That is always a great referral. So I'm always asking, and if anyone asks me, I've always got a couple of names of a couple of guys who do stuff that we need done that I can refer people out to. And by the way, I get into a lot of people's busted up kitchens and bathrooms. A lot of times they're looking to get the house ready to sell. Cool, love to help you. We can certainly help fix this house up and get it ready for sale. Top of market price. By the way, here's how much that would cost, how long it's going to take. Would you be interested in selling the house as is if someone came along and made you an offer? Surprise, surprise. Contractors run into deals because they run into people who need houses fixed up to get ready to sell. And every once in a while, they'll sell it without doing all the work. So contractors are a great resource, and everybody always needs one, because even if you've got a good one, he's 10 months deep with business, right? So we always need more. So always ask for contractors.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest source out there.
It is right now. I don't know about your guys, but our guys are all backed up.
Yeah, considerably so. I mean, most that I found, you're talking at least a couple weeks, month plus, you know, you're out in the pipeline. So something to kind of think about, maybe even as I'm sure I know we'll dive into this for topics into the future when it comes to buy and hold and flip and things like that, is trying to have that logistic mind a little bit to kind of look ahead to plan for that.
I have another question.
Sure.
Do you work with investors as clients? Do you try to help other investors find property?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big, I'd say for me personally, if you're asking, that's certainly a big function of just my business, is just maybe investor to investor deal finding, you know, and just kind of brokering that deal. In fact, I had two today that were closed. One was like a multifamily property and a little single family home that just went from one person portfolio that they were looking to kind of maybe downsize. They're kind of phasing out of the rental business, and was able to kind of, through a relationship I had, you know, had some other two brothers that were right there, and it was just a match made in heaven, right? Just there. Yeah. Trade from one property to the other, worked out the deal, and it was clean. I love those deals.
Cool. Because not everybody does. Not every agent wants to work with investors. And I can get it, right? Sometimes we all want the absolute cheapest house on the market. We're trying to save money every which way we can, asking everybody for a discount all the time on everything. But like I said, when you find one that's capitalized and knows what they're looking for and will act on it when they find it, it also can be a great difference.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that I would say is probably about half of my business at this point. If it's not just helping some general people like, buy and sell, that's just kind of coming out of my own sphere of influence, just people that I know. And they might not be looking to go the investment route. And I've honestly got a lot of clients that maybe I've helped buy and sell in the past that I've, we're inviting into this group because they've recently reached out to me and said, hey, we've been in our house now for a couple of years. We've got some equity in there. We know you do some different flips and projects. How can we get started? Maybe in buying or acquiring our first rental house. I just had a great conversation this past weekend with some good friends of mine who are in that exact position. Bought new construction a couple of years ago. Now they're, their life's continuing to grow and they're growing their families. Now they're looking for some other opportunities to kind of build that generational wealth.
It's not easy. Rob tells a lot of his agents, I know it feels like you're giving something up, but when somebody comes to you and says, hey, I want to talk to you about selling my house, he says, the first thing you should ask is, well, have you considered not selling?
Not selling your house.
Have you considered maybe renting and trying to build a rental portfolio? It is the single greatest way to wake up wealthy in 20 years. Don't sell it. It's hard because obviously we're all thinking, what can I do to help these people sell their house? That's okay. They'll have other deals. Once they've learned what real estate investing can do for them, then they'll be beating down your doors looking for other houses to buy and other rental properties to acquire. So you'll make that money back 10x.
Tenfold. Absolutely. I mean, Mark, I appreciate you kind of bringing that up because that's part of what got me down this path, to be quite honest with you, is I had a house in Florida that I bought 2009. I mean, like right in the crash, got a really good deal on it. And I sold it a few years ago. I mean, before I kind of got my former real estate license. And that one moment, I guess, certainly changed a lot of things for me. I probably wouldn't have gone down this path had I not probably sold that house. And yet I reflect on it a lot because that agent at the time, she's still a good friend of mine, but she maybe just wasn't asking that question. I was at a spot where I needed a little bit of cash at the time, had a lot of equity in the house, and didn't even know myself what real estate could do for me then. I'd had it as a rental for a little while, had moved back into it, kind of needed some cash. And so I was like, what's the fastest way I can do to get some money? We'll sell my house. And so we did that. And yet, had I not sold, there's probably, well over $200,000 in equity would have had I not sold that. And it just would have taken that one question, like, what would it look like for you to not sell this? And so I've gone on listing appointments before and kind of talked myself out of that deal by just asking that question. Well, hey, what would this look like for you to not sell this? Do you have to sell this house in order to purchase the next one? Yeah, huge.
All right. What other questions does the group have? Let's hear from the group. You've heard from us. What do y'all want to know?
Well, I can speak for myself. This is a considerably wider topic than I expected. Mark, Cory, and Justin, I've got a jet, but I really appreciate you sharing all this stuff. And it'll be interesting to show up in the next monthly meeting and see what that's like.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Greg.
For those who are here, also, GRID is a national investor network. So we will be sending out a link. Join us on Facebook. That group there has a ton of amazing information, right? Because it's not just our group, it's other groups from around the country covering different topics with different speakers. There's definitely some applicable lessons. You could learn some things. You may even want to go invest in some of those markets. We get interested, there'll be some connections there for you. So, all right. Who else? Who's got a question? All at once. Calm down, Ben Miller. I see you, Raren. Deb. Hey, Marty. Marty's joining us from Chicago. She jumped in late. Speaking of people that are out-of-town investors. Yeah. Who's got a question? Or we can wrap it up.
I got a question. Did I hear you say Jellicoe? Were you talking about house construction?
Tellico with a T. Tellico Village. Tellico Village, which is a retirement community here. Yeah. Was that Marty LaHood jumping on?
It was. I was just saying hi. I just didn't want you thinking I wasn't listening. I was trying to figure out the buttons on my phone. Lots of awesome information, you guys. I think sometimes when people think about investing in real estate, they don't completely understand the depth of the options that you really do have. So, you know, most people think it's just about buying and then selling high or being a landlord. And, there's a lot more to it than that. So I appreciate you guys elaborating on that.
Thank you, Marty. We're so glad you're here. Looking forward to see you on Thursday. So
Amen.
Marty is a great agent in Chicago if anyone needs a Chicago connection. All right. So
I do my best.
That's awesome. Thank you, Marty. Well, gang, it is certainly don't forget, to check us out, leave us a review there on Meetup and Facebook. Check out RSVP for next month's meeting. It's actually going to be here on meetup.com. That's going to be all about how to buy and hold, the key to wealth. Definitely one to make sure that you make it to, because for me, that's kind of my long game at the end of the day. So
what's that website, Cory? What's that custom URL?
That's going to be gridknoxville.com. Make sure
ding, ding. Yes.
Make sure you go just to gridknoxville.com. That'll take you to everywhere you need to sign up. Have all of the link info there. Yeah, I guess with that, thanks so much, everybody. It's 7:01.
Cory, go back. The salesman in me. Nope. We're gonna ask. Here's what we ask you to do. Go back one slide, pretty please. Leave us a review on if you got any value out of this. That's the most valuable thing you can do for us today. Leave us a review on Facebook. Leave us a review on meetup.com. RSVP for our next meeting. Join the meetup group, right? And then we'll leave this open. We're going to shut off the recording, right, Cory? And we'll leave this open if anyone wants to chat and get to know each other. There's definitely some people in the room that I see here that if you were in person, I introduce you to each other. So let's chat. Let's network a little bit virtually. And next month we'll be meeting in person. Thanks, Cory. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, no, you're good for sure. I'll quit the recording right now.
All right.
Is that where people can find you at gridknoxville.com?